Okay, so this is the Aeglos P1 pod. Before I start, obviously this one is completely jacked up. I tried loads of things to take the restrictor out. None of them worked until I realised it was a lot easier than I thought. So, what you're going to need is a metal spudger. You can get those on Amazon. Specifically, we're going to be using the pointy end. And then just some tiny needle nose pliers. I find quite helpful for jamming into the restrictor and taking that out as well. Obviously, you could substitute that for many things, really, but I find that would minimise the damage the most. And right, so you can see on both sides here, there's a little hole, right? And this whole bottom bit here comes straight out. It's held in by clips. For the purposes of this video, I've loosened it a bit just so I'm not sat here struggling. But all you would do is you would stick the pointy end in and just kind of lever up, right, on both sides, and then you will very easily just be able to pull that out. Again, just make sure you're not damaging that middle bit, because that's where the pod sits and you don't want any leaks. Okay, so now that's out, we have the actual restrictor itself. Obviously I've taken this one apart before, and I've levered it up a bit again so it doesn't take so long a video, but that will be press fit all the way to the bottom here. It's not held in by any adhesive, and it comes out relatively easy, but you're going to kind of have to jam this in and lever it up without damaging the middle bit through there, because again that's where the pod sits and you'll get leakage otherwise. So stab it in and just kind of lever it out. Again, it will just pop straight out. Might take a little bit of work, but just be careful not to damage anything. And that's all it is. Bang that off. And then all we need to do is find the little notch, as you can see here. And then you put it back on by lining it up with that side. Okay, obviously magnets facing down. And yeah, it's just a little rubber O-ring that goes around it. So no adhesive there either. Just make sure you do a good job lining that up. Press it in, bang. Right, I know I said at the beginning, but obviously ignore any damage on this. This has been through hell. I've put it in boiling water. I've put it in isopropyl alcohol because I thought it was adhesive and I could take it apart that way. You know, I even tried sawing it in half, as you can see from the top, before I realised that this started to pop out. And you know, that's a lot easier. I'm going to go grab my vape. 1 second. As you can see here, here's a completed one. No damage on this whatsoever. And as you can see now, you can clearly see the level of vape in there. I think it converts it from a 2mm to a 4 or 4.5. So it's well worth doing. It's pretty easy, and you know, the tools aren't exactly expensive. I think you can find these on Amazon for a couple of quid. And I bought these on Amazon the other day for about £2.50. So, cool. Good luck.